So why aren't you vegan yet?
Well, I really like chicken.
Lydia.
I mean,
Okay.
I like animals, but if they present themselves as food in front of me, I can't help myself but eat it.
Okay. Well, do you agree that animals are sentient and feel pain?
Yeah, wait, is lobster considered an animal? Because I heard if you
Yes.
chop them in half, they don't feel the pain.
I mean, does that sound nice?
No, but they don't feel pain though.
They do feel pain.
They don't though.
Obviously, if
I
you
have to do
remove
so.
someone's head, they're not going to feel pain anymore.
No, but like I heard those like lobsters and I think crabs, they don't feel pain when they're getting killed. That's why they don't move.
They do, though. There was an announcement that lobsters are sentient. They feel pain, and crabs.
God, that's not what my sources say, but okay.
What's your source? Tell me what your source is.
I watched a YouTube video on it.
A YouTube video?
Yeah, that
And you
bad.
think that's you didn't? Well, it's more like you didn't look further into it. You didn't like look at their sources and see if they're full of garbage.
Well, it was a 30-minute video, so like it gave me
That
a lot
that
of
doesn't
knowledge.
matter. I could make up anything I want in a 30-minute video. Like, you need to go do your own research.
Oh,
Do you, so besides lobsters, do you think other animals feel pain?
yeah, obviously everything else does.
Okay. Do you eat other animals?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Okay. So
I try not
what
to eat
just
ducks though. I like ducks. Like,
do you think you can thrive on a plant-based diet? Do you think humans can thrive on a plant-based diet?
I don't really know. I've never tried, but my mom's a vegetarian, so
Okay. So if I gave you evidence that humans can thrive on a plant-based diet, would you consider going vegan?
hmm. It's really hard for me though, because when I see a chicken sandwich or a chicken burger in front of me, I
Mm-hmm.
just can't help myself but eat it.
Have you seen what those animals have to go through?
Yes, I know what they go through, like the slaughterhouse and stuff. It's
Right, but
just
have you
that,
actually seen it?
yes, I have. I watched a
So what do
video.
they do to chickens?
So
How are chickens slaughtered?
they put them like a lot of them in this like conveyor belt type thing, and then there's a big knife or something, and it just cuts off their head.
So often what happens is the chickens are hung upside down by their ankles in little shackles, and they're dipped into an electrical bath so that they're somewhat stunned. And a lot of them will lift their head because they see the water, so they lift their head and they don't get stunned. And then there's these two rotating blades that they come towards that cut their heads off. And sometimes the chicken will actually raise their head above that, but a lot of the times they'll face that blade fully conscious. And the ones that make it past the blade or survive the neck cut have a worker come up and slice their neck with a knife.
Yeah, but even if I don't eat them, someone else is gonna eat them, so I might as well eat them.
So, does everyone have, like, you can't do the right thing unless everybody's doing the right thing?
Yes, because one person can't make a difference in terms of like
Well, how did we
with
make
saving
any
other
change ever?
animals.
How did we fight for any rights?
Yeah, this is different though because it's a known
Why
thing
is it
where
different?
people just eat meat. Like,
I mean,
mhm.
slavery was a known thing. It was used by everybody. It was economically beneficial and it benefited poor people because it made products cheaper.
No, because some people in like different places didn't like treat people like slaves and stuff.
So
But
if
yeah,
someone treated their slave nicely, you think slavery is okay?
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like
That's what I'm asking you.
the whole planet, like you see everyone eating meat in different
Is
countries and stuff.
slavery good or bad? Even
I'm
if they're
not talking
treated
about
nicely.
slavery.
I know,
Though.
I know, but I'm asking you.
This is kind of going on a tangent. Like, I'm not talking about
Okay,
slavery.
can you answer my question?
Like, obviously, like slavery is a bad thing, but I'm not talking about
Okay,
slavery.
why is
It does
slavery a
not
bad thing?
compare to like
Why is
eating.
it a bad thing? Why is human slavery a bad thing?
Human slavery is bad because people deserve freedom.
Yeah, because they're sentient, right? They have their own purpose and they want to live.
Okay, but like that's just like saying that's like you giving that argument to like a lion, right? A lion's not gonna understand that.
You're not a lion.
Yeah, I'm an omnivore which eats both plants and animals.
But see, you have moral agency. A lion is out in the wilderness surviving a harsh environment. You have grocery stores. You have options. You also have time to think about what's right and wrong. So what I'm saying is, if you have the same principles as me, which is I don't want to cause other sentient beings or other humans, let's say, I don't want to cause people unnecessary harm, and I don't want to exploit them because I know they're living and they want to keep, even if it benefits me, you know, I don't want them to be used without their consent. For the same reasons that I don't want to use animals. They're sentient, they feel pain, they have the capacity to feel joy, and you know, they deserve just like us to live a life without being exploited, even if they're unaware of their exploitation. Because I wouldn't want to be exploited, even if I'm unaware of it, you know?
I think you have to give me a better argument than that to go vegan.
Why don't you tell me why that's not a good argument?
I just don't feel.
Tell me why you still have a justification for eating someone's body that had their life taken from them when they wanted to keep living. What makes it okay for you to pick that package up?
Because universally, like even if if I do stuff, someone else is gonna do it anyway. So how's that?
Let's say we go back in time. We go back in time to the 1800s. Slavery is thriving. Do you think it's moral that people are buying slave products knowing that slaves are behind those products? Is that moral? Just because it's normal?
I'm not talking about slavery. Yeah, I don't think the two.
I know, but I'm asking you, do you think them purchasing those packages on the shelf, knowing that they came from slaves and purposely buying it, do you think that's immoral? Or do you think that it's moral because it was normal of the time?
Like purchasing the items that the slaves produced? Are you talking about that?
Yep. Purposely purchasing products that were made by slaves.
I mean, like truthfully, yes, I would if it means maintaining my...
No, I'm asking you, is it moral? I'm asking you, is it moral that they are supporting the slave owners?
I don't know, like honestly, I don't know if it's moral.
So you think that it's moral because it's normal? You think back then slavery was moral?
Slavery itself isn't moral, but buying a product from the store.
You don't think somebody paying somebody else to enslave humans, you don't think that was immoral? If I gave my money to a slave owner and I said, I like how cheap your products are, keep doing what you're doing, am I a moral person?
Personally, like, no, because you're buying the product to do what you need to do with it, you know?
Right.
If you're like putting people as slaves, that's immoral. But if you're just buying product, I don't think so.
Exactly. So we agree on that. So then my next question is, what is it that makes animals, what makes it okay to do this to animals but not to humans?
Because the person buying it isn't immoral.
No. The difference is, I'm asking you, what's the difference between the person giving money to the slave owner to enslave humans versus a person giving their money to an animal farmer to oppress and exploit animals? What's the difference? Why is it okay to enslave the animals but not okay to enslave humans?
Okay, I'm not doing any of that though. I'm just trying to...
If you pay for animal products, you're like you're giving money to the farmers that are enslaving animals. So you're saying, I like what you're doing, keep doing it.
No, the supermarket is doing that. I'm giving money to the supermarket.
Right. And
which also
how do you think the supermarket had those products on their shelf?
They did it. They did it. I'm not the one paying them.
So if you give them money, do you know what supply and demand is?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you buy a product off their
But you're
shelf,
also buying
they're
vegetables
going
from
to
the same
replace
store.
it.
You're buying vegetables and corn and stuff like that from the same store.
Yeah.
You're
No,
also
I'm giving them money and saying, I want more of this product. Give me more vegetables. I'm not paying the animal farmers, I'm paying the plant farmers.
but you're also supporting them because they're paying the animal
I'm
farmers.
paying the plant farmers. So supply and demand, right? I buy plant-based whatever. They give that money to the plant-based producer, right? They're going to produce more so they can put more on the shelf. That's not the same, or that's not me giving money to the meat farmers. That's not how that works. Supply and demand is pretty direct. Like, I'm saying I want more of this product. Why would they take my money and get more of the product I didn't buy? Wouldn't that be kind of like irresponsible as a business owner? You're buying products that someone didn't demand.
Yeah, but one person wouldn't make a difference though. Like if I stop.
Right, one person, but how does change start? How do we make change for anybody's rights?
Okay, do you really think you're gonna convince everyone on the planet to like go vegan?
I think that I can talk to the people that have similar principles, that don't want to cause our animals unnecessary harm, that will genuinely look to not harm animals as much as they possibly can. Yeah, I think I can talk to those people. So right now, the world is only like 1% vegan. Look at all the vegan products that are around you right now. There's only 1% of us, 1 to 3%. So if we had like 10%, imagine the vegan options that we'd have then, you know? So it doesn't take a huge amount of people to make global change.
And why aren't they increasing the amount of vegan stuff then?
They are. Do you not see more vegan products, more vegan milk, more meat alternatives? There's way more than when, like, even 5 years ago. You have so many different types of plant-based milks. You got almond, hemp, oat, soy, rice. There's more. Buckwheat, banana, cashew.
Okay, but let's say, okay, in your lifetime, maybe you'll convince like 20 people. You know? Is that really going to change billions?
Do you think those 20 people would stay silent? Or do you think they would feel motivated? Because if they see an atrocity that they don't want to be a part of, and they know people that have similar principles, wouldn't they share that thought with the people that they know? Hey, I learned that we're oppressing people. Hey, I share that principle to not want to harm others. I'm also going to stop oppressing individuals. Go vegan. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, personally, if...
Well, so, again, it doesn't really matter. Veganism isn't about trying to eliminate... it's about being against... It's a principle. It's about being against the exploitation and use of somebody without their consent that cannot consent. If you want to go above that, an animal rights activist speaks up for the animals and doesn't want them to, we want the abolition of animal agriculture. We want the liberation of all sentient beings to live free without exploitation.
Yeah. I just... Okay.
So, but plant-based, if you just go vegan, that's the moral baseline that we all agree with, that you shouldn't cause unnecessary harm to others.
Okay.
There's more... Okay, go ahead.
I think there's a problem with me though. Like when I go out to like the food court or something and I see a chicken sandwich on the menu, like I don't know, it just makes me really hungry and want to eat it.
Yeah, because you're not thinking about the individual, you're only thinking of yourself. So if you were to remind yourself that those are sentient beings, like, here's an example. Do you have any companion animals at home?
I had a dog that passed away.
I'm very sorry.
Yeah, but they didn't live very long anyway, right? Like,
when your dog passed away, did you have to put them down, or did something happen to them?
Oh no, he passed away in my house, and we're not meant to do this, but like we buried our dog in our house because we didn't want it to leave us because we didn't want it to be like elsewhere. We felt like it belonged with us.
You're saying it. Was it a boy or a girl?
Oh, it was a boy, but I like saying
Okay, so was he an individual? Did he have unique likes? Do you have a toy that was his favorite?
Yeah, but he kept doing stuff to it, so we threw the toy out.
He what?
He kept like doing naughty things to the toy, so we threw it away.
He did. I don't know if you're being genuine with me now.
No, it was a big bunny that he had, like a giant bunny.
So your dog didn't have any toys after that?
No.
Okay.
He had like blankets.
So why did you have this dog?
Well, my brother bought it because our previous dog, he passed away, and
Why do you want to have a dog?
Like what?
Why did you guys have to have a dog?
My brother bought it. It wasn't really my dog. It was just like the family.
Okay.
He was in the house.
Nonetheless, this dog clearly liked certain things, had preferences, was a unique personality. Were you connected to this dog at all?
Oh yeah, he used to sit outside of my room, like by my door, and just sit there.
Okay.
For like a
Why
long
didn't
time.
you send him to a slaughterhouse?
It's a dog. It's not meant for eating. It's a purpose.
Oh, why don't we send dogs to the slaughterhouse?
Those dogs have a purpose. Household, guard dog, blind.
But what if they've outlived that purpose? Dog's not doing anything anymore. Would you send that dog to the slaughterhouse? Dog doesn't want to be around you guys, always trying to leave you, doesn't want to be pet, not fulfilling your needs of companionship. Why not send the dog to the slaughterhouse?
I think because with any animal, if you establish a relationship with them, you're not going to, get rid of them.
Okay, so you didn't want to send them to the slaughterhouse because you cared about them. Did you recognize that they were alive and that they wanted to keep living?
It was mainly about the relationship. Like if I, chicken, obviously.
So if you saw somebody on the street just getting their exercise from kicking a dog, would that bother you?
I mean, that's just animal cruelty, isn't it?
Okay, so you do agree that animals have the capacity to suffer. Do you think that it's immoral to cause them unnecessary harm?
I mean, I feel empathy towards them, but I don't know if it's morally bad to supply food, because say for instance.
Is it morally bad that someone's getting their exercise from kicking the dog? Is that, it's good for them, it's convenient.
Okay, why would you kick a dog?
Exercise. It's convenient.
It doesn't make any sense.
I just like doing it. Gives me dopamine, makes me feel good.
That doesn't make any sense.
Is that moral? Is that moral?
That doesn't make any sense. That's just saying, I can kick like an old man or something, and that's okay. No, it's
right.
Not okay.
I agree. That is the same thing. It is immoral because they both feel pain and they don't want to be kicked.
But why would you use that example? No one does that.
Well, because I'm trying to make the point that you have empathy to not just cause harm when it's convenient for you. You think that it's immoral for someone to do something that's unnecessary. But we can thrive on a plant-based diet, so taking animals' lives is completely unnecessary.
Okay,
and if you recognize that they don't deserve that, even when you see their bodies cooked and fried, you would recognize, hey, that bird did not deserve, that chicken did not deserve to have their head removed.
Okay, but I believe every animal has a purpose, though. For instance, like with chickens, they supply eggs.
Okay, wait a second. So this purpose that you're talking about, is this their own purpose that they came up with, or are you forcing this purpose on them because it benefits you? That's what slavery is.
That's their life.
That's what slavery is.
To live.
So again, I bring you back to the slavery example, as that was white people pushing their purpose onto other people of color, right? They were like, you're not going to have your own purpose. You're going to serve me and be my purpose. You're going to be my means to an ends. That's what you're doing to the animals. You're doing the same thing, even though they're sentient, they have their own purpose, and they want to live.
Okay, the reason why my mom is a vegetarian is because she's Buddhism, right? So she believes in if you eat the animal, then in your next lifetime, you come back and you become that animal and you get eaten by an animal. Right, but that's their purpose. In my opinion, that's their purpose. So
if you were born a cow, you would just accept that your throat's going to be opened up and you're going to be bled out? I don't
Yeah.
think you've actually seen slaughterhouse footage. Have you seen the movie Dominion?
No,
Okay.
but
I
I've
suggest you
watched
go
it.
watch that. I don't really want to talk to you anymore because you don't really know you don't have any empathy for animals. And I'd rather talk to people that already recognize that animals feel pain and don't deserve to be kicked for exercise. Go watch the movie Dominion, though. It's free on YouTube. And if I'm still up after you've watched it, I would love to talk to you. But
Okay.
until then, I think we're just done here. You have a good day. Animals feel pain. I personally think that someone kicking a dog for exercise is immoral. They don't need to kick a dog. They can go kick something else, right? Just as you can eat something else. You don't need to pay for someone to remove the head of a chicken so you can eat their body. And I understand you're saying you have some kind of weakness, but if you really did want to change, I have some resources right here. There's Challenge 22. You can actually talk to a dietitian and ask them about how to fight these cravings or addictions that you have if you genuinely can't control yourself. And then there's also nutritionfacts.org if you want to look up, what's healthy and learn about it through science. There's also ChatGTP if you want to ask it questions. You can talk to it about anything. It's pretty cool resource that's free. You can ask it about veganism. You can ask it about what's ethical. Why do we not have slavery anymore? Why do we think that it's immoral to use others without consent? And why should we consider the animals? And ChatGPT will actually talk to you about that. But today I am only here to talk to people that are sympathetic to animals in some capacity.